We are going to see the start of something new in Charlotte. The Charlotte Hornets have been one of the worst franchises in the NBA over the years, but they may have a chance to kickstart their franchise. After drafting Kemba Walker in 2011, they went 7-59, then 21-61, then 43-39, and a bunch of other disappointing seasons followed. So outside of a couple of seasons, the Hornets have been a very sad team and a sad franchise. This led to Kemba's departure in last year's offseason as he looked to take control of his own career and go elsewhere, joining the Boston Celtics. Throughout Kemba's time in Charlotte, he was one of the NBA's best point guards, earning multiple All-Star selections and an All-NBA appearance. Although Kemba is a hooper and was a hooper in Charlotte too, they never had enough outside of Kemba to really get anything going. They failed to surround their star with any sufficient talent, just like we see many other franchises do throughout history. This takes us to today and where the Charlotte Hornets currently stands. Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington. The Hornets have a lot of young talent. The hottest story surrounding the Hornets this year, and one of the hottest stories in the NBA in general, was Devontae Graham and his MIP campaign. Jumping from 4 points per game to 18 points and 8 assists a game in just one season, giving the city of Charlotte a little more excitement. His backcourt mate Terry Rozier also had a sneaky good season, giving the Hornets 18-4 and 4 a night. With much more room to work in Charlotte, Rozier showed us what he has. He didn't really get that same opportunity that he has in Charlotte right now. He didn't get that same opportunity in Boston because the year after the Celtics' impressive run, Kyrie and Gordon Hayward came back, taking a lot of minutes, a lot of shots, a lot of opportunity away from Terry Rozier. So Devontae Graham, Terry Rozier, alongside other guys like Miles Bridges and PJ Washington, keeps the Hornets in at least an interesting position right now, a position to keep your eye on. But with all this being said, they don't have a guy I look at and say, he's going to be a superstar or he's their franchise player. Devontae Graham is good, but there's too much young talent in today's league to have Devontae Graham as your number one. But this is where things get interesting when you look at the Hornets' upcoming draft pick. They would be picking third and may even look to trade up to ensure that they get the guy that they want. With many promising players in this upcoming draft, the Hornets have some options. When looking at the roster from a fit perspective, I immediately think James Wiseman is their guy. The Hornets had two main starting fives this season. They both featured Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, and PJ Washington, and one lineup featured Cody Zeller at the center position, and one featured Bismack Biyombo. If drafted by Charlotte, Wiseman could come in right away and play the five and have all the room in the world to work. I like PJ Washington next to him with his ability to space the floor as a big man. As we know, the Hornets have been terrible over the last, what feels like forever, but a potential lineup of Rozier, Graham, Bridges, Washington, and James Wiseman could make some noise. The Hornets have some young talent and a chance to become one of the most talented teams in the league, but to do this, they must strike gold in this upcoming draft. Let's see if Charlotte can revive their franchise. If the Charlotte Hornets were to draft James Wiseman, everything else would really fall on Devontae Graham and how good he will actually become. Like I said earlier in the video, Graham is good and had a great season, but isn't looked at as on the same level as some other guys in the league. Now, I understand that Devontae Graham just finished his second season in the NBA, so me calling him not a franchise player could be seen as totally unfair, and I get that because he did just finish his second year, and the improvement that he showed is, it's not to be ignored. And we don't really know how high his ceiling is right now, and there's really no telling. After his huge jump from last year to this year, who knows how good he'll be next year, and he may take another Pascal Siakam-sized jump. If Charlotte drafts Wiseman, the reason I say that the rest falls on Graham is because he would have the most potential in the team other than Wiseman. And even if Wiseman turns out to be a great player very early on, having one all-star or star caliber player in general is not enough in today's league. And Graham would have to show some more star potential pretty quickly. And he would have to show it pretty quickly because he just finished second year, yes, but he's already 25 years old. But with James Wiseman, the Charlotte Hornets could play inside out, much better than they can right now. Rozier shot 40% from 3, Graham shot 37% on a very high volume, shooting 9 threes a game. PJ Washington is also their stretch 4 who shot 37% from 3, and he's also a very good shooter. While all of this is happening, Wiseman can play on a spaced out floor and really dominate down low. I'm sure Charlotte would love to have Wiseman, but he isn't a guarantee. It's still very possible Golden State takes him with the second pick, but in reality, if the Hornets can't trade up and really ensure that they get the guy that they want, and they stay at 3, they just have to take whoever's left out of Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. They don't have the same luxury of other teams that are drafting around them, like the Wolves, Warriors, and Bulls, who already have their franchise player or players, and are really just trying to bolster up their team and add as much talent as they can. The thing with Charlotte is they don't, like I've said throughout the video, they don't really have that franchise guy yet, so they have to take the most talented guy available, which is one of the top 3. Ideally Wiseman, but if not, LaMelo and Edwards will be their guy. If Charlotte ends up with LaMelo or Edwards, this will probably end up in Rozier or Graham being benched, and it'll probably be Rozier. Their selection of Wiseman over these guys is obvious if the Hornets are all in on Rozier and Graham, which I'm assuming they are after giving Rozier 3 years and $58 million, and after Graham's MIP caliber season. Drafting LaMelo or Edwards would just result in a less diverse team where the 3 best players would be guards. A team of Rozier, Graham, Bridges, Washington, and Wiseman sounds pretty good to me and could make some noise down the line. With Graham and Wiseman as the star duo, the Charlotte situation is interesting to me, and I think there's something there. With this 3rd pick, the Hornets have a chance to build something and be better than they ever were with Kemba Walker, if they take the right steps. Do you trust the Charlotte Hornets? In conclusion, the Charlotte Hornets could have something brewing. I think the first step is finding a way to get James Wiseman this upcoming draft, while the rest of the team continues to develop. Graham and Rozier both had surprising seasons as they were given the green light, and Miles Bridges and PJ Washington both have a lot of promise. What do you think? Is there something there in Charlotte? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Rashad with Who's Times 2. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Peace out.